Good morning. It is Saturday, December 18th, and I am here at my West Virginia friend's house, cutting up some wood. She has many more acres than I do and a bunch of deadfall, so we're cutting up wood. I stopped to take a break because I started to second guess myself on if it was pine or oak or what. I cannot identify trees if they do not have their leaves. I can't identify trees even sometimes when they have their leaves. So I cut quite a bit, small pieces. I'm not cutting pieces large enough diameter that need chopping because I cannot chop wood yet, not with any kind of accuracy. And so I was up here behind her house cutting some down trees, and she's down there with the mule cutting some oak. And so we joke around. We're two old ladies, two old broads trying to learn how to do this stuff. So here we are today practicing. She has such a pretty piece of land. I'm not going to show too much of it because I didn't ask her if I could film. But I'm up here by the house. She has a high portion, not on a ridge as high as mine, but she has some ridge-like aspect to her land. And then I'm looking down towards her pond. Her pond is down there. Her garden, her amazing huge garden, is to the left of the pond. And then she has trails down in there. So she's down there on the mule, getting ready to come up here with a load of wood. So yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to have people in your life that have similar interests, that want to work with you and work hard. This is not easy. It's not clean. It's not easy. But it's a really good skill to have. And so we're both learning. And it's a beautiful day, despite being... This morning it was foggy and wet and misty, and later today is supposed to rain. So despite being damp, which is wonderful because we've had drought-like conditions, I guess. I don't know if it legally qualifies as drought, but we've had really dry conditions, and we've had a brush fire recently on a ridge, a couple ridges over from mine. So it's good to have the moisture. Unseasonably warm for December, I believe, around here. It's probably 45 to 50 degrees right now. I hear the mule coming. I'll see if I can take a little bit of her coming up here. Yeah, so while my ridge has that gorgeous view, this land that she has is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Flat space for her garden, the pond, huge amount of woods, secluded. Her land is unrestricted. Mine is not. Mine has a couple of restrictions. She could dig her well and have well water. Yeah, beautiful. She did a good job picking out a wonderful chunk of land. Sometimes she says she's envious of my view. I'm envious of her pond and the wildlife that's out here. I am back from my friend's house and it is well past lunchtime. So I wanted something quick and easy. I opened a pint jar of hamburger soup that I had canned while I still lived at the apartment, and I put it over pasta. And then of course the biscuit's not a homemade biscuit, it's one of those refrigerator roll biscuits. So I'm having an easy lunch. I'll watch some homestead YouTubes, some of my mentors, and I'll figure out what I should do, what I'm going to do later this afternoon. Probably organize and clean since it's wet outside, but we'll see. You know, I'm always trying to get out of that and find something else to do. So we'll see. Okay. I decided to go ahead and come outside and try to organize. I have to get that wood off the truck and somewhere. And this blue tote had been sitting down here keeping some firewood in it, but I really didn't like that. But I would like some closer to the house. I don't stack very neatly. I don't want to stack the wood right on the deck. So I decided to straighten this up a little bit. I put the blue tote here, the big blue tote here. I put wooden blocks under it so it's not sitting right on the deck wood. This lid, because I've got it seated on there, but I've got that wood block back a little bit. I can still put the lid on this and close it as long as the wood pieces aren't too long. And then I think I will make a little stack of wood here on top of a couple of boards or on top of there. That's not very sturdy though, but we'll see. And then that way I have some wood stored a little bit more out of the weather and here. And then of course my primary pile of firewood is up there under a tarp, but that's a long way to go to get your firewood. And if the wind blows hard enough, the tarp doesn't really matter. So, what a mess. That's what I'm trying to get done now. Figure out some organized way to keep a little bit of firewood on my deck without ruining anything. Woohoo, progress. Truck is unloaded, swept out, ready for more water fetching tomorrow if I'm in the mood. I have some of the firewood I purchased. That was oak that I think is good oak, but I don't think it was seasoned because it seems to steam when I burn it, and it burns super, super slow. So I mix it in with something that burns fast, and I have a kind of good compromise. So I've got a little bit here. I took some dry wood that had been in here. I took in the house. I've got that. I've got that little bit of pile with some small sticks that don't stack, and then the larger sticks, pieces. And then I've got these I brought home to cut up yet. And yay, progress. I do realize that this is probably not perfectly seasoned. You know, the stuff I got today from my friend. We don't know yet how to tell what is really good seasoned, what is overly old, you know, that kind of thing. We're just learning how to use the chainsaws. I'm just glad to have some up here in case I get sick. For free. This only cost me gas to drive down there. But in case I get sick or snowed in or whatever, I already have this available. So I'm happy about that. Have not done any work at all on the future little quail cage. Still have that planter shelf. This planter shelf came from the apartment, and it has glass shelves that go in it. I want to paint it black and then use it for seed starting with the grow lights. I did that at the apartment, and one year I started tomato plants, and I grew tomato plants, put them on the balcony. They grew great. Brought them back in when it got cold, and I had homegrown ripe tomatoes until mid-November, which was fantastic. So I know that that works well as a little seed starter greenhouse type of thing. I just don't want gold. I need to paint it. And I don't have room inside anyway because I'm not in there cleaning and organizing. So there's no room in the inn. But yeah, that was today's activities. Tomorrow's activity will probably be to write a blog for my group blog. Hopefully I can force myself to clean and organize something, and fetching more water. And I am holding the camera. I'm holding the camera even. That's just the slope of my hill up there. Because that looks like how I should be holding it, right? No. That's the slope. And once again, I'm distracted by a bird. Squirrel. Must be an angry squirrel. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to edit. I'm going to post it. There sits my water tank. There sits my unfinished chicken coop. So I'm going to leave it at that because my last video I think ended up half an hour long, and the upload failed overnight. And then it took me like a day and a half to upload it. Okay, whatever was making noise stopped. But it did sound like an angry squirrel. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. And I will talk to you soon. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're happy. Hope you're chasing your dreams. Hoping everything is going well for you. See ya.